Hey everybody, it's May 19th, 9:57 p.m. Today was OPEX, and some interesting trades came in here with regard to Treasuries, so I wanted to talk about them. What we have here is the disproportionately large trade screen. I have it filtered to just a few tickers here that are all related to Treasuries. They popped up when I was doing my scan, which is my usual routine every day after the close. And I saw that the first thing I noticed is that we got a highly ranked trade here in TLT, and then I noticed we got some other stuff that was related to TLT. The 2x bear treasuries TBT, the 3x bear treasuries TMV, and this TLTW, which I hadn't even heard of until today. Which is one of the things I like about this scanner, is that sometimes I learn something. It'll bring up a ticker maybe I haven't heard of, or maybe I don't know a lot about, and I can do a little research and learn something. And today I learned something. So we'll get started with TLT. Right here we see this large trade came in at the close. It was ranked 18th overall. It was almost 6 million shares and almost $600 million, and it ranked higher than anything we've seen since December of 2022. So it's been about 6 months, over 6 months actually, since a trade of this size has arrived. And if we zoom out a little bit, we can see the three largest trades over that period of time. This one ranks 18th, this one here ranks 5th, and this one ranks 1st. And I remember when this one came in back in October, and it was a really big deal. I actually thought it was a buy at the time, and it was a sell, and it sold hard. It took a little while to recover that or capture that level. But here we are, very close to that level again. So that number one trade came in at $100.77. Today's trade came in at 101.10. This is obviously an important level with Treasuries. And given that it came here at a low after a, kind of a grind lower over the last, I don't know, month and a half or so, maybe just a month, suggests to me it's buying. This level here was support. It bounced. We're approaching it again here. This to me is a very meaningful trade, and I'm looking higher from here. At least that was my gut, and then I did a little more research. Here's TLT zoomed out even further. You can see it's fallen quite a ways since June of 21, and this is showing some of the largest trades since that time. And you can see we got a few here before the big decline began. We got one here last July. I remember this was a really big one, and it came after this this bounce, and then it proceeded further down. We got one here right near the low, which we got a sort of a capitulative move after that. Bounce higher, another big trade. So the reason I'm sharing this, though, is just to show that they show up at important places, as you would expect with any large trade. And anyone who's been following me knows that the largest trades tend to arrive at highs and lows of all degrees. But the bigger the trade, the more significant the turn. The next thing I want to look at is TMV. This is, well, actually, let's start with this one. This trade that came in today ranks second largest ever for TMV, which is the 3x bear ETF. And these leverage ETFs are really good signals. I've done videos and talked at length about this for the indexes and for natural gas, and the same principles apply here. When you see a very highly ranked and very large leveraged ETF trade arrive, it's either one of two things. It's either the end of the run, or you get one more nominal high or low in the direction of the current trend. So this to me suggests that we're very close to a turn. Maybe this is the turn. Maybe we get another, FU move up after this come Monday, but I wouldn't expect Treasuries to fall much further. This is institutions exiting at the end of this move up from either this level here or this level here, and I expect Treasuries to bounce In fact, I think maybe even a meaningful low is being put in here. If we look at TMV from a longer time frame, you can see it's been since I think it was June or July of 2020, May of 2021, since the largest trade came in. So these are rare, these are meaningful. I think it's selling, and I expect the inverse to move lower, and I expect TLT to move higher. Moving right along, this is more of a zoomed in view of the time from here to, from the low here up until this trade. And just to illustrate again that this is coming here at a relative high. And I actually, I almost put something out the other day when I saw these two come in. These are both ranked as well, 59 and 31. And they came either the same day or a day apart. And I remember thinking, okay, that's interesting. I also saw some TMF come in the same day, which I'm not showing here, but TMF is the 3X TLT. But we got two here, and we got a big one here. This, to me, suggests they are closing out their Treasury shorts. And more evidence. This is TVT. This is the 2X bear Treasury. Same principles apply here. It's just the 2X instead of the 3X inverse. You can see these things appear at or near local highs. This one here is presenting as a sell near a local high. This one was likely a sell, and you can see we got some overshoot. We got a spike up and a retest and some overshoot. Eventually, it retreated, and the same thing here back in December. And each of these trades is reasonably large. This one here is ranked in the top 100. These two are not, but they're still the three largest trades over the last 6 months. And the pattern is consistent. We see this all the time with leveraged ETFs, whether they're inverse or whether they are bullish, the bull ETFs for the indexes and gas and treasuries and everything else that has them. So, and then here's another picture of TVT with just a couple more trades added to it. This shows the top 5 instead of the top 3. And I only show this to illustrate that we got some selling here, and then a little bit more here, and then a little bit more here. And there's actually another one that appears right up here that's even smaller. But, you know, institutions sell into strength. They buy into weakness, sell into strength, buy into weakness over and over and over and over and over again. So it is not uncommon at all to see these large trades appear at or near the end of a rally and at or near the end of a decline. So this to me is a pretty significant signal to suggest that treasuries are going to reverse soon. And then there's this TLTW. This is a covered call writing strategy ETF. I didn't even know it existed until today, and it popped up too. And it popped up with the largest trade in its entire existence. So these I would expect to move in the direction of TLT, but in a more muted fashion as they're covered calls. And here, if you zoom out, you can see, you know, TLT topped up here over the summer. Didn't top, but it bounced up here over the summer, and it has retreated ever since. And here we are near the low, and this trade has arrived. So together, we have a very large TLT trade. We have a very large TMV trade. We have a very large TBT trade. And we have a very large TLTW trade. All four together are telling me the same thing, which is that a reversal is near. At least that is my hypothesis, and that is generally what you see in these situations. That is what I expect. So does it mean that we can't go just a little bit lower? No, certainly we can go a little bit lower. We don't have to go a little bit lower, but we're close. Now, in the event that I'm wrong and something unexpected happens, and these are all going to do something different than what we normally see, then, you know, proceeding too much lower below these prints for TLT would be a warning sign. I don't want to be long TLT if price is not above this level. So in the event that it does proceed lower, I'm not going to touch it unless and until price recaptures that level and proceeds up. And these things sometimes take time. You never know. This doesn't have to happen on Monday, though it can. It doesn't have to happen on Tuesday or Wednesday. I mean, price can sit here for a little while. But um, I, the takeaway from this is that institutions appear to be preparing for TLT to go back up. Now, I don't know the narrative that's going to come with this. I don't particularly care about the narrative. I think narratives often exist to mislead, but I don't know if there's going to be something about the debt ceiling or who knows what. But it does appear that institutions are preparing for a reversal in TLT, which I suggest, or I suspect would mean that rates are going to come down a little bit. So anyhow, that is all I have. As always, if you have questions, you can find me. Send me a DM on Twitter. There are links down here at the bottom of the site. Click this if you want to send me an email. And if you like these videos, then like and subscribe. For all of you who haven't tried this before, you can sign up for free. You can try it for a week. If you like it, you can subscribe. If you don't like it, that's fine, but you can always get certain tickers for free, and those tickers are always here on the homepage. So anytime you're interested in seeing any of these 12 sectors, even if you don't have a subscription, you can always pop in and take a look. And if you need a long time to get familiar with the site or comfortable with it, then you can take as long as you need. You can watch these tickers, you can watch the trades come in and out and see how price behaves and how these institutional trades can be helpful when determining when to enter and exit. So that's it, guys. Thanks for listening, and talk to you soon. Bye.